listen, with all the drama that's been out recently in the Genshin Impact community, which, by the way, I am literally recording this the day before this releases, and all the nuclear drama just went crazy in the Genshin Impact community. Justice Mommy is actually here to, you know, like, wipe the slate clean or bring those to justice, right? And that's hopefully what we're gonna do here. Not really, like, we're just here to talk about a build guide for Clorinde. We're gonna go over some stuff. I'm gonna try and make this a little bit quicker because I know that I tend to rant about certain things with these characters, so hopefully I stick to getting this quickly done. So if you like the content, make sure to hit that like, subscribe button down below, and hit that notification bell to be notified when the next Genshin Impact video comes out, and leave a comment what you think about Clorinde. And don't forget, also, I'm sponsored by the ever wonderful Gamer Subs. Make sure you use code TYSTRA for 10% off. Today I just got water in my bottle because I'm getting ready to go to sleep, but yeah, make sure you get yourself some Gamer Subs, man. These are fantastic. They got good quality cups, right? Fantastic cups. But without any further delay, let's talk about Justice Mommy, right? So first things first, she's an electro one-handed sword user. Very easy to understand, right? First things that we're going to talk about is obviously these little jades here. As you can see, we have the Vajrata Amethyst set here, which you have the fragment, sorry, no, not the fragment. You got the silver, the fragment, the chunk, and the gemstone, right? You're gonna need 1 silver, you're gonna need 9 of the fragments, you're gonna need 9 of the what's it called, the chunks, right? And then 6 of the gemstones. And you got to remember your rules of 3, right? You can find the electro set of these from many different bosses inside of Genshin Impact. Electro Seahorse, or whatever you want to call him, the Tricorn, however, or Tricorn, Unicorn, whatever, the Seahorse that's over in Fontaine is the earliest version of this, which you're going to need to farm anyway to get these, the Fontemer Unihorns. You're going to need to farm that specific boss for 46 in total of these boss fragments here. So make sure that you get your boss runs. Now that we got like 200 resin, we should be close to 5 runs a day. Very close, not entirely, because they haven't adjusted the time frame of gaining these not fragments, but resin, right? Then of course in Fontaine we have these Lumentoils. Now Lumentoils are a Fontaine specialty, right? So you could get 168 of these and you'll be able to rank up your Clorinde from level 1 to level 90. So make sure that you have plenty of those. As we scroll down here, we're going to talk a little bit about these things right here. The not slime condensates, but the transoceanic pearls, the where's it called? The transoceanic chunks, and of course the xenochromic crystals. So you're going to need 18 in total to rank up from level 1 to level 90. You're going to need 30 of the chunks to get from level 1 to level 90, and also 36 of the crystals, right? So it's a lot right there, but you got this. And again, remember your rules of 3, because 3 of the predecessor makes the, you know, predecessor. You get what I'm trying to say. 3 of these little oceanic pearls make, you know, the little chunk right here. I was trying to say it was either chunk or crystal, right? And then 3 of the chunks make a crystal. As we go down here, we're going to talk about triple crowning your lovely mommy, because honestly, to me, I think the normal attack is going to take precedence. So you want to focus, well, maybe not. I don't know. It's kind of tough. You could kind of go between skill. I don't know if normal attack actually, like your regular normal attack, counts towards your skill damage. So maybe the best bet is to go skill damage and then maybe tie between burst and normal attack. I don't know. I would definitely say if it does count, because I haven't tested that myself, like in all honesty, maybe I'm just gonna say go for skill as your priority, right? So if you're going to triple crown your Justice Mommy, here are the things you need to have. Number 1, you're gonna need these little teachings of justice, guides to justice and the philosophies of justice, right? So you got to times those by 3. So you're going to need 9 of the teachings, 63 of the guides, and of course 114 of the philosophies, right? And again, rules of 3, you know, all that good stuff. You're going to need those pearls, chunks, and crystals again. You're going to need 18 of the pearls. You're going to need 66 of the chunks, and you're going to need 93 of the crystals. And this is only for triple crown. So if you're not going to triple crown her, don't worry about it too much. And then, of course, you're going to need to farm a pep again, which kind of irritates me because we just got Arlecchino and we're having to farm a pep again. It's annoying, right? But you're going to need 18 in total of the Ever Ambers that you get from the weekly boss fight of a pep, right? And then followed by 3 crowns of insight, which is pretty standard for every character, and about 7.1 to 7.3 million mora. Pretty standard, right? So we're gonna go into now my lovely game. There it is. I figured it out. So yes, as you can see, I do have my Clorinde. She is not fully leveled up yet. She is at level 80, right? But she is actually going to be able to pack a little bit of a punch. I kind of went with the notion that she is going to be a main DPS, so I went with crit rate, crit damage. You want a little bit of extra attack. I didn't get as high of attack as I wanted. I really wanted to go for at least 2,000, but I didn't hit that. But I did get some decent energy recharge, so she should do pretty well getting her energy back, right? For weapons, you have a lot of options. Her main weapon is Absolution, which gives you a decent chunk of crit damage comparatively to something like, you know, Light of Folly or Incision, which goes way higher than that. Trust me on that. Or something like a Splendor of Tranquil Waters. But it's the effect that really does help her out the most, especially with Bond of Life. Now, if you don't have this weapon, you could use other stuff like Garen Kapuku Futsu, which does have a crit rate main stat, but it also does help out with the, you know, actual, you know, abilities of it as well. Or you could even go for Light of Folly or Incision, which, you know, mainly it's just the crit damage aspect to it, but you know, you could get some use out of it. But there are plenty of 4-star options as well that you could use that I've seen other people use. I haven't personally used them myself, but you could use the Black Sword. Black Sword's definitely a good option. It's a good crit rate type of weapon. The only thing that's going to suck is that you're not going to get the damage increase for the, you know, charge attacks, but you are going to get it for normal attacks. So that's pretty cool. You know, it doesn't matter whether you score normals or charges with, you know, Clorinde here, but that is what it is, right? I did see somebody mention Finale of the Deep, which I don't think I have, so I wouldn't be able to test it even if I tried because I don't have it, right? So, or I should. I've seen that weapon, but maybe I'm just crazy. I don't know. Maybe I just don't see it, but I've seen people use Finale of the Deep. Yeah, so I would definitely say, if anything, Black Sword's probably your best bet if you've gotten the Battle Pass before and was able to get Black Sword. Pretty easy. Now, of course, as we go into artifacts are pretty simple. The best set is the 4-piece Fragment of Harmonic Whimsy, solely because of the fact that it deals with the Bond of Life. You're getting an 18% addition to your attack, followed by the 4-piece. When the value of Bond of Life increases or decreases, the character deals 13% increased damage for 6 seconds with a max of 3 stacks. And she does have Bond of Life in her kit, so it makes sense to have this. You could go for a 4-piece Thundering Fury, 4-piece Gladiator's Finale, or even just 2-piece attack percentages, 2-piece of attack percentage plus Thundering Fury. There's a lot of combinations that you could actually really run with Clorinde here, in my personal opinion, right? Oh, I didn't mean to back out of there for a second. So let me go ahead and pull this up really quick. God, she is so lovely, right? Now, I only have her at no constellations. Talents are pretty up there, like we talked about before. I only didn't do this because I need to do some farming for the Justice stuff. Justice Mommy doesn't have Justice books or scrolls or whatever you want to call it, so I still got to work on her a little bit. But let's go ahead and talk about her talents really quick. So first things first, let's talk about her skill. Preparing her Pistole, she enters the Night Vigil state using Steel and Shot together. In this state, Clorinde's normal attacks will be transformed into Swift Hunt Pistole attacks, and the damage dealt is converted into electro damage that cannot be overridden by infusions, and she will be unable to use charge attacks. Using her elemental skill will transform into Impale the Knight, perform a lunging attack dealing electro damage. The damage done through the aforementioned method is considered normal attack damage. Swift Hunt, when her Bond of Life is equal to or greater than 100% of her max HP, performs a Pistole shot. When her Bond of Life is less than 100%, firing her Pistole will grant her Bond of Life with the amount gained based on her max HP. Now, it does say max HP, but you want to be careful. That doesn't mean that you want to max out her HP by getting HP percentage on any of your artifacts. Don't do that. Focus more on attack percentage than HP percentage, if anything else. I think it's mainly you want to focus on EM and attack percentage with her because of her infusions. The shots can be fired, shots she fires can pierce enemies, and the damage dealt to opponents in their path is increased, which means that she could like hit 2 opponents with 1 shot. The current percentage value of Clorinde's Bond of Life determines its effect. When the Bond of Life value is 0%, perform a normal lunging attack. When the Bond of Life value is less than 100% of her max HP, Clorinde is healed based on the Bond of Life value in the AoE of the lunging attack, and the damage dealt is increased. When the value of Bond of Life is equal to or greater than 100% of her max HP, use Impale the Knight Pact. The healing multiplier is increased, and the AoE of the damage dealt by the lunge is increased even further. It's insane how big this kit is, right? In addition, when Clorinde is in the Night Vigil state, healing effects other than Impale the Knight will not take effect and will instead be converted into Bond of Life. That is a percentage of the healing that would have been received, and Clorinde will exit the Night Vigil state when she leaves the field. I'm not going to go into the Ossia because I don't really deal with the Ossia aligned effects, really. But let's go ahead and talk about her burst, Last Lightfall, which, by the way, ever since Arlecchino came out, these freaking burst animations have been insane. So Last Lightfall grants herself a Bond of Life based upon her own max HP before swiftly evading and striking with saber and sidearm as one, dealing AoE electro damage. Very simple. Very, very simple. Now, first Ascension passive, after a nearby party member triggers an electro-related reaction against an opponent. Electro damage dealt by Clorinde's normal attacks and Last Lightfall will be increased by 20% of Clorinde's attack for 15 seconds with a max of 3 stacks. Each stack is counted independently, and the maximum damage increase achievable this way for the above attacks is 1800, which is pretty significant, right? Because I was talking about how I wanted just 2000 as a attack percentage, but that's why you want to kind of focus a little bit more on the EM, is because if you do this correctly, you're going to get that 1800 attack and you'll be fine. Now, the second Ascension passive, lawful remuneration, Remiru right there. Lawful Remiru, we'll go with that. If Clorinde's Bond of Life is equal to or greater than 100% of her max HP, her crit rate will increase by 10% for 15 seconds, and whenever the Bond of Life value increases or decreases. Max 2 stacks, each stack is counted independently, which means that you can get 20% extra crit rate. Additionally, Hunter's Vigil's Night Vigil state is buffed. When it is active, the percent of healing converted to Bond of Life increases to 100%. Now, she's really good. Now, the team I'm running with her is I'm running a Xingqiu to help out, because once I go into that skill, Night Vigil, this is going to be amazing with her, especially if I'm going to run a Hyper Bloom type of team. That's why I got Nahida as well to help out, because she's going to just put that, you know, spell right on the enemy as it is to really just give me that Dendro lock-in. And then Qingque Shinobu for a little bit of extra electro application and healing, right? But then again, you're really not going to need it too much with Clorinde, right? Let's go ahead and heal this Bond of Life real quick, right? There we go. There we go. Now, keep in mind, my Clorinde is also only level 80. So, we're going to go ahead and fight Masanori. I think it's the easiest way to really kind of show everything. So, first things first, I'm going to go ahead and activate this. We're going to give him a little bit of that. I'm gonna hope I can get my burst. There we go. Burst right there. Get that. Gonna activate this real quick. Now look at this. Now wait for it, wait for it. Wow. You're really going to do that, huh? That's fine. I'll just do this. Once I get my skill back. Let's go, let's go. We're just gonna go. Now, see how fast that is? Like, you could dodge with that, which is pretty sick. Now, I beat this a lot faster before, but it's only because, like, I wasn't expecting him to do what he did. So let's just get this out of here real quick. Lightfall, and that should be it. There we go. Clorinde is actually pretty dang good. I actually like having her on a team. I think that she's a lot more fun than a lot of other characters. I think ultimately that's what Genshin is going for with the characters. There's a lot more fun factor when you're playing them. So I would definitely say that give Clorinde a chance, especially. I love this team. I'm going to be using this as my current farming team because this is fun. And I know that people are like, oh, Hyper Bloom, what? But Hyper Bloom is still fun when you have the right team, right? And that's going to be it for today's video. Hopefully you enjoyed this build guide. Like, comment, subscribe, let me know, and don't forget to check out Gamer Subs. Use code TYSTRA for 10% off. I shaved off a couple of minutes of my normal guides. I'm still working on these. I'm trying to get better. I'm trying to find a format that works better. So if you have any tips or anything like that that you want to put out there, let me know. Definitely would love to hear your opinions on this. But anyways, y'all, that's going to be it. Love you to death. And as always, we will catch you in that next episode. Please take care and be safe.